All right, Pinhead, your time is up.
Who you calling Pinhead?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here again talking about old Pin Dick. And welcome to the series where I rank iconic horror movie posters from iconic horror movie franchises. As always, we're going to be doing these from worst to best. Now we have 11 of these, so let's dive into it. So coming in at the bottom of the barrel, the abomination of them all, is Hellseeker. Let's look at this. I don't know what in the world they was thinking. It looks like somebody popped a whole lot of hemorrhoids on a picture of Pinhead, and this is what they went with. Tagline: evil, deadly, immortal. The only thing deadlier than this is goddamn design. Now this poster isn't all bad. I mean, I do like the font of Hellseeker. Pretty generic even at that, but it still looks kind of nice. Red and white and black always make a good mixture. It's just this overall design is honestly lazy. This is embarrassing. And just for the sake of this video, as always, I might try to remake one of these. And I think it might be this one right here. So chat, you decide. Whose is better? The OG or mine right here? If you say OG, we're gonna square up. Next. Coming in at number 10, still at the bottom of the barrel, but not as bad, is Hellraiser Hellworld. What in the goddamn Matrix Team Machine ripoff poster is this shit? Tagline: the newest, most horrific tale. Evil goes online. Online, huh? I don't know what the trend was way back in the early 2000s. Horror movies did it a little bit better in the mid and modern day. But even back then, I'm just like, why, man? Why? Can you not find another way to bring Hellraiser back? We have to go online? Goddamn, we had dial-up back then. I remember those days. By the time Hellraiser got there, I would have been dead of old age. Aside from this ferocious ripoff of the Matrix wannabe, also, I don't like the font. I just don't like the overall color grade of the poster. It's one of the few times old Pin Dick there does not look intimidating. But it's not half bad. What is that right there? Is that a broken nail? Is that a bent nail right there? Did Hellraiser fall down out of embarrassment? Probably. Next. Coming in at number 9 is Hellraiser Inferno. What the fuck? Hellraiser Inferno. Tagline: the terrifying new chapter in the Hellraiser legacy. Now this is where the posters start to get a little bit better. I don't mind this poster, but I tell you what, just for this sake, I'm actually gonna do a little bit of editing on this poster to make his face wide again and see if that looks any better. This is the result. What do you guys think? Better or not? Maybe? I don't know. Either way, let's move on. I do like the contrast of the red and like the greenish there. Pinhead surrounded in the black void there. Always looks good. I do like the distorted font there. I don't really know what's going on the bottom right there, but overall, this isn't a half bad poster. It's not the greatest in the world, obviously, but I'd say this is mid for sure. So ladies and gentlemen, let's move on. Coming in at number 8 is Bloodline. Tagline this year: the past, the present, and the future will all meet at the crossroads of hell. Now I just said that I was going to change the color grade on the other one. Now this is what I had in mind when I thought of that. This is a pretty good poster right here. And I like that they finally did away with the pure blackness and actually added like the pattern and the texture of the box behind him and him glowing out in red. And just one side of his face is being lit up by the shadows. See, now we're getting somewhere. This is it. I don't know who made these posters. It can't be the same person, because if it is, this is them sober and the other ones was like Mardi Gras, late night fucking binger, Taco Bell, catastrophe, tragedy, PTSD. Hellraiser looks nice here. Everything about this is a pretty good blend. And it does look like an early 2000s movie poster, but that's not really a bad thing. It fits the theme of the movie. Okay, coming in at number 7 is Hellraiser Judgment. Now I had a hard time placing this one because on this side, I really love the design of this poster. It's modern, it's more gritty, which I'm always a sucker for. The color grade is pretty bland, but it's nice. I love the new font. I love how Pinhead almost looks like a medical graph here, and we only got that side profile. But what I really don't like about this is just how Pinhead looks right here. Like his fucked up face is fine, but the actual structure of his face, it just doesn't look like the classic Hellraiser, which it isn't. And I'm not one of those who's like, well, if it isn't Doug, then it isn't Pinhead. Life goes on, you know, we gotta move on. The color grade is nice. It's dark and gritty, and the lighter background here, it's a nice contrast. And I love the amount of detail that they put into this. The nails, the suit, the skin grafts, the square grids, the outfit shining. Pretty solid, pretty solid. But there's a lot better, and let's get to them. All right, coming in at number 6 is Revelations. The pros, I love the amount of grittiness and the texture they have on here. Everything's so sharp. I love the color grade, the light behind him, his black eyes. Now the cons, it looks like he's in the aftermath on the toilet after he ate about 8 ghost peppers, and this is what it feels like. So this one and the last one doesn't have a tagline, which I always find pretty interesting. I do love the font, even though the font is a lot more generic. But overall, I do love this Pinhead. I love the way he looks. Definitely a step up from before, but it's just kind of comical how his face looks right there, honestly. Moving on, coming in at number 5 is Hellraiser 2, Hellbound. We're halfway in this list now, and the rest of these posters are legit good posters. There's not many cons to them. Tagline, Clive Barker takes us on a descent into hell. Move over, Freddy. Pinhead is the new horror hero. I have seen the future of horror. His name is Clive Barker. Time to play. Now, for some reason, before I get to talking the design of this really reminds me of like a Poltergeist movie poster. You know what I'm saying? Can you see the similarities there? Like the vibes? Just the whole aesthetic just reminds me of a Poltergeist movie poster. But I love that we got a new Hellraiser image, different from the first one. I love how there's this like mysterious hallway, probably the hallway to hell behind him. You have somebody opening the box, and it's cool that the box opens up in light to reveal the title. I think that's pretty creative as well. Love the glowing title. It's a good font. It's always a good contrast in color of the title versus the color grade of the poster. Yeah, this is pretty rad right here. Next. Okay, coming in at number 4 is Hellraiser Deader. Now, I love this movie poster. Again, there is something about Pinhead up against a red backdrop that I think just really sells the eeriness of his character and what he represents. Hell, or something far beyond and worse than hell, you know? Tagline, the latest, most terrifying evil. Pretty generic tagline there, but other than that, yeah, I love this design. I love the character lineup in the box, and I can't help but think of one of my favorite songs ever. Just look at this font here. Hellraiser. It's a new font. It's fresh. It's dope. And just the chains in the background against that red backdrop. It's almost like the backdrop could be flesh. I'm not sure if that's exactly what they was going for, but it works. Really solid poster right here. And that's saying a lot because we still got a few more left. Man, now I'm wondering, should I move this up? Nah, I'm gonna stick to my guns, you know? Coming in at number 3 is the newest installment of Hellraiser. Hellraiser from Hulu. Once again, Pinhead in a red and black setting. You can't go wrong with it. I've only watched this movie one time and I actually really do enjoy the movie. Tagline from the master of horror, Clive Barker. I love the subtlety of this because you have like the box pattern in the background, the circle, got the red highlights upon Pinhead's skin. But for the most part, Pinhead is hidden in the shadows still. You have just enough detail to make out what it is without giving too much away. Yeah, this is a bomb-ass design right here. The only con I can think of is you're missing a catchy tagline. I'm always a sucker for taglines and posters. It's just one more thing to draw the audience in. But yeah, this is one for the books, one for the ages, and definitely one of the best ever out there. So ladies and gentlemen, we're down to our top 2. And I know most people are gonna disagree with me, but that's okay. Because coming in at my number 2 is Hellraiser 1, the OG. Now hear me out. Tagline, demon to some, angel to others. Hellraiser, he'll tear your soul apart. It's really hard to beat this OG poster. Everything about it. It's the first time people ever saw Pinhead, and he's holding the box. Not only do you get a glimpse of what the movie is about, Pinhead, the box, but the backdrop of this is just so mysterious. The left half, you just got this void and a fog. But on the right side, you see some of them tools that Pinhead and the Cinebots is going to use to torture your ass for all eternity. Love the font, love the tagline, love the design. Again, it is very hard to go wrong with the OG poster. One of the best ever. However, let's get to my number 1, which is Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. Now, the reason I like this more than the first one, and a lot of people don't like this poster because it does recycle the same image of Pinhead, but I feel like it's used better on this poster. Tagline, what started in hell will end on Earth. There's something about just all the contrasting colors here, the design of this. So you have Pinhead standing in what looks like a door frame, right? Could be a portal, whatever, what have you. Whereas the first one, he was just completely covered in this solid bluish color grade. You have a lot of contrast here. Like the left side, you still have that blue. They dial down on the highlights here. But on that right side, you have that warmness, you know? They got more shadows in there. And in the background, you got the city with the sunset and the red sky. Come on, how are you beating this? If I had to pick any poster to hang up on my wall, this would be it. Again, the OG poster's dope, but Hellraiser looks so much better in this one. He really does. This is where it's at. I'm gonna take a day to sit down and watch all of these movies. I know 1, 2, 3, and either 5 or 6 pretty well. But there's also some movies of this franchise I haven't even seen. So ladies and gentlemen, that is my list. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. Let me know your ranking. What's your personal favorite? Which one do you think is pure dog shit? Drop it down in the comments. Let's start a thread. We'll talk about it. One of my favorite things to do throughout the day is talking with you guys. So let me know. But until next time, thank you guys so much for taking part of your day to kick it with me. You know I appreciate it. I love you all. Until next time, adios.